In the bustling marketplace of ideas, where opinions clash and headlines scream, Dr. Russell Moore stands as a figure of quiet conviction. He's not a firebrand preacher or a cloistered academic, but a bridge builder, a translator of faith into action, and a champion for the silenced and forgotten.
Look at the way that Jesus prepared us for all this. There's so many times when Jesus is saying to his disciples,
His story is woven with threads of Southern hospitality, intellectual curiosity, and an unshakable belief in the transformative power of the gospel. Born in Mississippi and raised in the pews of the Southern Baptist Convention, faith wasn't just a Sunday morning affair for young Russell. It was woven into the fabric of his existence, shaping his worldview and igniting a passion for justice. From an early age, he grappled with the complexities of faith in a changing world, questioning how his beliefs could translate into action in the face of social inequalities and societal conflicts. His journey led him to the halls of prestigious universities, where he devoured scripture and philosophy, honing his mind to wrestle with theological nuances and engage in intellectual discourse. Yet, academia's ivory tower didn't hold his true calling. Russell yearned for a platform where his faith could be a torch illuminating the path towards justice and love. So, he stepped out of the shadows and into the public square. He found his voice through writing, his essays and columns dissecting societal issues through the lens of faith, challenging both secular assumptions and religious complacency.
As you pray that, through the Spirit, you are being connected to the communion of saints on
He
earth.
tackled issues ranging from racial injustice and immigration reform to religious freedom and environmental concerns, weaving theological threads into the tapestry of public discourse. His words resonated. Russell's eloquence, informed by both scripture and social science, transcended ideological divides. He became a bridge between the faithful and the skeptical, the conservative and the progressive, offering nuanced perspectives and advocating for dialogue over division. Yet, his journey wasn't without thorns. Taking a stand for justice often meant facing criticism and resistance, even from within his own faith community. But Russell remained resolute, echoing the words of the Apostle Paul in Galatians 1:10, "If I were still pleasing people, I would not be a servant of Christ." He knew that true faith couldn't be confined to comfortable pews. It had to spill onto the streets, challenging power structures and advocating for the marginalized. This isn't to say Russell is a saint without flaws. He's a human being, grappling with his own limitations and blind spots. But his willingness to engage in self-reflection and admit his mistakes, to listen to opposing voices and learn from them, is part of what makes him so effective. He embodies the humility and open-mindedness that should be the hallmark of true faith. And his efforts haven't been in vain. Dr. Russell Moore's voice has sparked movements, influenced policies, and offered comfort and hope to countless individuals struggling to reconcile their faith with the challenges of the world. He's shown that Christianity isn't about retreating from complexity, but about engaging with it with courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to the gospel's message of love and justice.
If we're on mission with Christ, that means that the message of Christ is going to every person, which means we have to have churches.
So, what can we learn from Dr. Russell Moore's journey? Perhaps it's this: faith isn't a spectator sport. It's a calling, a summons to step into the arena of life, to bridge divides, and to fight for what we believe in with the weapons of grace, truth, and love. Let his story be a catalyst for our own, empowering us to use our voices, talents, and faith to build a more just and compassionate world, one step, one conversation, one action at a time. Remember, if anyone would come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross and follow me, Matthew 16:24. Dr. Russell Moore has taken up his cross. Are you ready to take up yours? Whoa, Dr. Russell Moore just rocked our world. Did his fight for faith and justice light a fire under you too? His story shows us that true faith ain't confined to pews, it's a flame that spills onto the streets, tackling injustice, bridging divides, and advocating for the forgotten. But here's the thing. Russell's just one chapter in a whole library of incredible stories we've got here. Everyday heroes, hidden lessons, journeys that'll leave you breathless. This channel's overflowing with them. So stick around, smash that subscribe button, and join us on this adventure of exploring what it means to be human.